Here we go. Top of the ninth inning. Casey Kleinman, Garrett Bavacqua, and Andrew Rivas due up. A 4-2 game and a new pitcher on the mound for the Pirates. Stephen Buxton joined by Justin Lee here at UC Riverside. And the first pitch, a called ball down and away. It's 1-0. Kleinman goes after that one and lines it up the middle for a leadoff hit. First hit of the day for Casey Kleinman. And it brings the tying run to the plate in Garrett Bavacqua. One of just two starters to still remain in this game. Bavacqua 2 for 3, 2 singles. One of them an RBI single in the 7th.
This is where he can continue to put damage through the lines here against the Pirates. And by the way, we don't really know who this pitcher is. They didn't give us the roster to figure out who is up on the mound for the Pirates right now. So apologies if we don't figure out his name.
First pitch, a called strike to Bavacqua. It's 0-1.
And Casey following in the footsteps of his brother Cato, who led off the last half inning with a single.
Second pitch, second strike. Looked like a slider there. Catches the outer half of the plate. It's 0-2. It'll be Bavacqua, then Rivas, then Cato Kleinman. Could be a similar scene to what we saw on 4th of July. Down in the dirt. Counts 1-2 now. Power have had some late inning magic recently. Most notably that walk-off win on 4th of July. They've had a couple comeback wins this season, but that one the first walk-off. Right now they can't walk it off, but they can win it in the 9th, and Bavacqua keeps himself alive there, gets a piece of it. It's still 1-2. Nobody out, one runner on. Casey Kleinman at first base. Top of the 9th inning, it's 4-2. Power looking for win number 24 of the season. Pitch, Bavacqua lines that up the middle. That's going to get down for a hit. Runners on first and second now for Cato Kleinman.
Have yourself a game, Bavacqua. Another pitch that he just takes slowly. You see that swing speed, not as fast as many other hitters that we've seen today, but he's able to, less is more is what we've been talking about. Get those easy contact hits, and he just does that with that gentle hit to center field.
Apologies, may have jumped the gun on Cato Kleinman. It's Andrew Rivas stepping up now. Mike Gonzalez on deck. Cato Kleinman in the hole. Rivas up for his second time. Watches ball one outside. Counts 1-0. He walked in his first at-bat. And he was the starter in the last game, starting designated hitter. Reached on a hit by pitch, but went 0 for 3. Couple free passes on the day to the UC Riverside product. Playing at his home field. Watches strike one on the edge.
Rivas can do it with one swing of the bat, too. We saw that not that long ago, getting that home run in right field a couple of days ago, or a week ago, I should say.
Rivas squares up to bunt, but pops that one up foul down the left side.
Yeah, if we're going to lay down a bunt, you don't want to pop it up in there and give the defense a chance to grab that ball. You have 3 outs to work with here. You got it. Every single out is a premium now if you want to win this game.
A road game for the Power, a home game for Rivas out of Newberry Park, California. Played at UCR. He's got one more year. He's going to go back for his graduate year, and he fights that one off. Counts still 1-2. Had a lot of big moments at UCR. Joseph for the Big West in the UC system. Started 47 of 52 games. Had 51 hits this past season. 1-2 pitch, fights it off again. It's still 1-2. A career 254 hitter, but in 2025, 268 batting average, 52 games played. Scored 25 runs, but right here, the important number, 24 RBIs. He's been with the Power for 2 summers in a row as well. Has been on fire with them this season. He's got 2 runners on. He's the winning run at the plate. Watches ball 2 high.
We're seeing a very quality at-bat here from Andrew Rivas here in this at-bat. fighting for his life, trying to give his team a chance. This is a clutch moment here for Andrew Rivas.
2-2 pitch to Rivas. He lines that one into right field, but it's going to hang up for the out there. And Casey Kleinman not going to test the arm in right field of Greenhouse. We've got one out in the ninth.
And he tried to give it another poke hit to right field, but gets a little too much of the meat of the bat there to try to land it in right field, and it just stays up for the right fielder in Greenhouse.
Sends it over to Mike Gonzalez in his second at bat, and he was arguably player of the game in the first matchup. Had 3 hits, scored a couple runs. If it weren't for the 4 RBIs and 2 doubles of Matt Chavez, he would have been in serious consideration. He takes strike one. It's 0-1. He's got 2 runners on. He's got Casey Kleinman at second. He's got Bavacqua at first. Gonzalez at the plate. Watches strike 2.
Same location as the last pitch. 2 sliders in a row here. And now Gonzalez is going to have to watch that outside corner. And that last pitch almost off the plate too, but he gets a call from the umpire, so he's got to be aggressive here.
Again, he's been an absolute hitting machine. Scored 2 runs, had an RBI in the first game. Sends that one down the right side at first base, goes down to second, and he throws it into left field. Casey Dill sending home Kleinman, and it's 4-3. They tried to go with the aggressive play over at first base. Cole Howarth didn't tag first, so Mike Gonzalez is safe there. He tried to double up Garrett Bavacqua at second, but threw it into left field. Casey Kleinman comes up to score, and the winning run is on first now in Mike Gonzalez. Cato Kleinman watches ball 1 inside. It's 1-0 now. 4-3 game, and a game that was completely dominated for the first 6 innings by the Pirates. Again, Andrew Phillips, 6 innings of 1-run ball. He struck out 6. He's still in line for the win. Tyrone Woods in line for the loss right now, but there's 1 out in the 9th, and Cato Kleinman in the top of the power lineup coming up. Fouls it off there. It's 1-1 now.
You go back to that throw from the first baseman, Diego Ortiz, who just came into the game defensively. It was a strange and a really tough decision to make right there to try to go. He wanted a double play to end the game right there, but because of that weird angle that he took with the righty throw, he misses it.
Kleinman goes the other way with that one. That's going to go to short. They'll try and get the out at second, and they can't. Sliding in, Mike Gonzalez beats the chance to get at least 1 out, and it's bases loaded now for Blake Conrad. A fielder's choice allows Cato Kleinman to reach, and Blake Conrad, who started the scoring, coming up now.
And just a couple of mistakes from the infield defense of the Pirates here. Michael Gonzalez is already running to second base as soon as that ground ball comes in, and another risky play from the slow grounder by Wallace to try to make at second base.
And correction, it's not going to be Blake Conrad. It's Matt Chavez. Casey Dill going with the hot hand. The guy who had 4 RBIs in the first game, and I don't blame him. Right now, number 5 and 6 on the day would put the Power ahead. He's got 2 good runners in scoring position. He's got Gonzalez at second, Bavacqua at first, and he's ahead in the count 1-0. Cato Kleinman at first, and bases loaded with just 1 out in the 9th. Chavez sends that one into deep right field, going over Greenhouse. He'll collect it, and they're going to send Bavacqua home. Throw is not in time. A sacrifice fly ties it up here in the 9th.
Chavez adding his 5th RBI today with that sacrifice fly to right field. He gets the job done, and now no longer Tyrone Woods can take a deep breath as he's not on the chopping block anymore.
And how often can you say this? Mark Kirkland in a big spot for the Power. Tie game, top of the 9th inning, winning run 90 feet away. He takes strike one. This is a guy who's going to end up near the top of a lot of Power all-time stats. Definitely most of the rate stats. He'll at least be top 5 in his 4th season with the organization. Takes ball one. It's 1-1 now.
You can argue he's essentially the team captain, too, for the majority of the season with that expert veteran knowledge that he's had playing with the Power so far and being in college baseball for so many years.
1-1 count. Mark Kirkland watches ball 2 below the zone. It's 2-1. This is a guy who Casey Dill mentioned when we were talking to him before this season about how you deal with a new roster, how you deal with so many new guys. There are a couple returners, and he mentioned them, and he mentioned specifically Mark Kirkland and the impact he has on this team. And moments like these, Kirkland goes the other way into left field. That's going to hang up and end the inning. Going to the bottom of the 9th, the Power trying to force extras here. We're tied at 4. We'll be right back after a break. A sight that Power fans have grown fond of. Late innings on the road, Richie Amavisca on the mound. The 2024 CPCL playoff MVP on the mound in a tie game, trying to force extras. The 4th pitcher of the game taking over for Riley Ricken, who fired up a pair of zeros himself. Middle of the lineup due up Cole Howarth, Mark DiCarlo, and Darren Osterloth, the first 3 in a tie game. Power trying to force extras, trying to complete the comeback here. 1 run in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. And they've tied it at 4. 2 runs in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd for the Pirates. They have scored nothing since. First pitch, a strike from Amavisca. 0-1 count. Second pitch, laced on the ground to Cato Kleinman. He'll fire it down to first in time to get the first out.
Every single out now becomes a premium like we talked about. And another good play there by Casey Kleinman, who we saw in the first game had multiple ground balls hit to him.
And this is a spot that no one would have ever thought Richie Amavisca would be in just a couple years ago. Grew up in Indio, went to Indio High School, spent some time at College of the Desert. He came up as a middle infielder, moved over to third base, and his first pitch is a fastball fought off foul. It's 0-1. But eventually he went over to New Mexico Highlands, and they saw how he moved on the mound. They saw the arm and threw him out there. It extended his career, essentially. He's got a couple more years of baseball in him. Another foul tip the other way. It's 0-2. And with the Power, he came back last season as a two-way player, but Casey Dill essentially said, "You're one of our high-leverage pitchers here. You're going to be throwing." And he just ran with it from there. 0-2 pitch. Goes with the slider, and it's out of the zone. It's 1-2.
And Casey Dill was a big factor in what convinced Amavisca to go to NMHU, taking that scholarship from that school.
He's not just a big factor in that. He's a big factor of why Richie Amavisca is still playing baseball today. There was a moment where this young man thought he might hang it up, but he took the scholarship to New Mexico Highlands. He became a pitcher, and he has thrived. Here he is on the mound for the Power in the late innings, trying to force extras. 2-2 pitch upcoming. There's one out. Mark DiCarlo at the plate.
I mean, heck, the guy has 5 all-time records in the PSCO.
Richie Amavisca set out of the windup, fires a slider below the zone, counts full now. He essentially carried this Power pitching staff at times last season, and in the playoffs came in with bases loaded and struck out the side to get it to the bottom of the 9th. And he gets strike 3 there on DiCarlo. We've got 2 outs in the 9th. Similar situation, different circumstances. In the CPCL playoffs, that one was for the win, or that one was for the championship game. This one, merely to continue fighting for that top seed in the CPCL in the upcoming playoffs. He closed out the first game, got the save against the San Diego Waves in Azusa Pacific, and then he closed out the second game as well. Again, got playoff MVP for his performance. He fires in ball one to Darren Osterlone. Second pitch, first strike, counts 1-1 with 2 outs. Tie game at 4, bottom of the 9th inning. Osterlone has an RBI fielder's choice, but he's 0 for 3 on the day, and he watches ball 2.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good pitch selections here from Richie Amavisca. He's throwing it around the strike zone at different locations, coast to coast, upstairs, downstairs, changing the eye level at every single chance he can get.
Amavisca fires in a fastball there, but it's called a ball outside. Count is 3-1. He hasn't pitched in a couple weeks for the Power, but right now pitching when it matters most. Ball 4 outside and a 2-out walk. Continues the inning for Diego Orozco. Two-out walk for Richie Amavisca. Matt Chavez is going to go take a minute to talk to him. But again, this is where Amavisca thrives. Almost every time he was out on the mound last season was in a high-leverage inning. Here he is on the road again at UC Riverside. Second road trip of the year, and in what the Power have essentially approached as playoff games for the last 2 weeks or so. Undefeated in July so far. They're going to need a 0 in the 9th here for it to stay that way. Amavisca's first pitch, a slider that sweeps out of the zone. It's 1-0. Orozco struck out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. He's got a runner on first and 2 outs. Amavisca goes back with the slider again and gets a strike this time. Counts even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike in the 9th inning of Game 2 in this doubleheader. Another slider there, going with all the off speed. It's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Runner on first is Osterlone. Called strike there. It's 2-2 now. Amavisca has been with the Power for a handful of years. He's become a favorite in the clubhouse. Between the PSCL and Power, he's revered. Strike 3 on the corner there. He puts up the 0 they needed, and we're going to extra innings. Amavisca slams the door, and the Power have a chance to take the lead in the 10th. Austin Howler, Miles Walton, Casey Kleinman due up. We'll be right back. We've got extra baseball here in Riverside. Top of the 10th inning. And essentially the top of the Power lineup all season due up here. Austin Howler, Miles Walton, Casey Kleinman, the first 3 due up. And this game's been turned upside down. What was at one point a 4-0 ball game, the Power have tied it in the late innings. 1 run in the 6th, 1 run in the 8th, 2 runs in the 9th. And Austin Howler starts it off here, watching strike 1.
The first time this season that the Power have gone into extras like this, and they're going to need every single bit of the power spark here to get this thing going.
It's a season that we've seen them really have to take an approach that they haven't seen in a while. They've had to play baseball with pressure on them. They haven't been able to just coast into the playoffs. And right now they need to finish the comeback. 10th inning and a 1-1 count to Austin Howler. Pitch is upstairs. It's 2-1. But this is a team that's proven that they can stand up to that contest. They can match whatever has been thrown at them. They've already got 4 comeback wins this season. They've got 1 walk-off win, and that one on 4th of July against the PSCL All-Stars. Haller starts off the inning with a line drive into left center field. That's going to be a leadoff single. The winning run on first base, and now Miles Wallen coming up. And again, Justin, if you've been watching the Power at all this season, who would you rather have up than Miles Wallen? And if there's anyone, the list is very short. Wallen has led the team in doubles and RBIs for almost the entire season, has been up there in batting average. Right now, squaring up to bunt and lays down a beauty. The speedster down the right side, just barely beaten by a perfect throw down to first, but he does his job. We've got 1 out, but a runner on second base. Now it's Austin Haller.
Smart decision there to go with the sac bunt. And if that ball had moved down that line any faster out of the way of the pitcher, then I think Miles Walton would have been able to get in there safely. But that's a great throw that the pitcher made right there.
The almost textbook small ball sets up a runner in scoring position for one of the best contact hitters you'll see. Casey Kleinman goes the other way down to second base. He's thrown out at first, but once again, a productive out moves Austin Haller over.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You send the ball to the other side of the infield, away from the runner at second base. Haller's able to move safely over to third base, and now you have arguably one of the hottest hitters of this game right now with Garrett Bavacqua coming up.
Garrett Bavacqua 3 for 4 today. He's got a run in the ninth inning. Has an RBI single in the 7th. They've only been able to retire him once. The winning run 90 feet away, and he watches strike 1.
Remember when the Power were down in a situation against the PSE All-Stars, they had so much energy in that game when it came close and they tied it up and then they walked it off. I want to see that energy from this team in this situation.
Garrett Bavacqua looking for his first signature moment with the Power, and he gets it there. Line drive into left field. That scores Austin Haller, and the Power take the lead. 5-3 after being down 4 into the 7th. Power have come all the way back. RBI single, Garrett Bavacqua, have a day.
Fire me up, Bavacqua, and you saw how the dugout reacted to that hit right there from Bavacqua, who has been so hot today, and he gets the job done like we talked about.
Bavacqua, one of the late additions to the Power, has only been with the team for about 2 weeks now as Andrew Rivas watches ball 1 up and away. But he has quickly become a favorite in the locker room. Every time this guy has got a hit or gotten on base, the dugout has just exploded for him. Andrew Rivas awaiting the next pitch, and Bavacqua stole second base. There wasn't even a consideration there. The right-handed pitcher threw down to home and didn't even look at Bavacqua.
No, the pitcher here for the Pirates is absolutely locked into this moment right here. He knows there's 2 outs now. All he needs to do is try to get this batter out. This is a tough job, though, against Andrew Rivas.
Rivas playing at his home field. He's ahead 3-0, but how big would a hit be here? Bavacqua in scoring position now. The Power up 5-4 in the 10th. And Rivas just trying to add on to it here. Trying to make it 6. And he watches ball 4 upstairs, a 4-pitch walk. Rivas to first, Bavacqua at second, Mike Gonzalez at the plate. He's reached 5 times today. 3 hits in the first game, 1 hit, or he reached on an error in this second game, and that was to extend the 9th inning rally to tie it. 2 runners on. Mike Gonzalez swings and throws his bat over to the Pirates dugout. Get that guy some pine tar. The Pirates dugout yelling at him. They throw it a couple feet short of him.
I mean, obviously not intentional with the way that that bat flew out of Michael Gonzalez's hands as his teammates give him the pine tar. So your request comes through, Steven.
Gonzalez getting plenty of pine tar on that deck. Almost took out the head of one of the Pirates players in the dugout. But right now ready to resume his at-bat. Down 0-1 with 2 runners on. Bavacqua at second, Rivas at first in a 5-4 game in the top of the 10th inning. Power trying to take the sweep in this road doubleheader. A swing and a miss there. This time Gonzalez didn't lose the bat. It's 0-2.
Yeah, really took a gnarly swing right there. That was not grass-fed certified swing by Michael Gonzalez.
Gonzalez down 0-2. He's got 2 outs in the 10th. Trying to extend this inning, trying to throw it over to the top of the lineup in Cato Kleinman. The pitch is swung on and missed, and Pirates get out of the inning. They shut the door, but the Power take the lead. Richie Amavisca going out for the 2-inning win and save here, trying to take it in extras. It'll be Waldy Perez, Jordan Viramontes, and Mason Greenhouse due up. 10th inning, here we come. We'll be right back. Hold on, everybody. Tenth inning, 5-4, Power on top. Richie Amavisca fires in a slider for called strike one against Luke Madur. He's taken over for Waldy Perez after the strange injury at first base, but he watches a ball there. It's 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Richie Amavisca looking for a late inning save here to finish off the game. In line for the win now. Power take the lead under his pitching, and a swing and a miss there. Another strikeout for Amavisca. We've got 1 out.
And I want to say, there's no better person in this situation, I feel like, with Richie Amavisca up there, with the way that he's been pitching the last half inning, and then now starting off with a strikeout here. 3 strikeouts, a ground out force, although you got the walk on board. But the way that Richie Amavisca's been pitching, this is the right man for the job right here.
There's some people who like the big moment. There's some people who back down to it. And then there's those like Richie Amavisca who absolutely thrive in it. First pitch is a ball outside to Viramontes. It's 1-0. It seems like his best performances come in these high leverage spots. He's taken the 9th. He's here in the 10th. It's 1-0 with 1 out. Slider goes low. It's 2-0 now. There's times where if he's in there in like a 4th inning, 5th inning relief spot, he might get a little erratic. He might walk some guys, allow a couple runs. But it seems that when the lights get bright, when the moment gets big, Richie Amavisca is ready for it. Swing and a miss there. It's strike 1 to Viramontes. Bottom of the 10th inning here at Riverside. Fouled off. That's going to go down the right side into the parking lot.
Working with the changeup, the slider. We've seen that multiple times. Curveball, fastball. And every time he's come up to the mound, he's locked in immediately on this batter.
Power haven't lost a game in July yet, and Amavisca gets him looking there. A perfect slider on the outer half of the plate. Sends down Viramontes. We've got 2 outs. And I mentioned that Amavisca's stuff plays up best when it's the late innings. It plays under pressure. So far, he's collected 5 outs, 4 of them via the strikeout. 2 of them looking, and he pulls a slider about a mile out of the zone there. Chavez just sticks the glove out to keep it with him and send it back to Amavisca. It's 1-0. Greenhouse at the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. He's reached twice. He has an RBI single in the 2nd. He walked in the 7th, and he's ahead 2-0. Power looking for win number 24 of the season, looking to go 4-0 on the road in the regular season. They haven't lost a road game in the last 2 years. Foul tip there. It's 2-1 now. They won 2 games at Cal Poly Pomona, 2 games at Escondido High School against the San Diego Waves, but none bigger than the 2 at Azusa Pacific to clinch a CPCL championship on a walk-off home run by Noah Blythe. Richie Amavisca was in the thick of all of those. He closed out both championship games at Azusa. 2-2 pitch popped up above the infield, going over. Chavez sliding to his knees as that one drifted foul over by the dugout, and it's going to bounce out of play. Greenhouse stays alive for one more pitch. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th, a 2-2 count. Greenhouse, the tying run at the plate, the winning run, Esteban Olazaba on deck. Just trying to give him a chance. Amavisca trying to close it out here. 2-2 pitch. Chopper into the middle of the infield. Casey Kleinman gloves it. Throw down to first, and he finishes the job. Richie Amavisca shuts the door again. And the Power come back to win it. 5-4 on the road, and they sweep the day. Amavisca with the win. The loss is going to go to number 39 for the Pirates. And the Power take out a gritty 5-4 win in 10 innings.